to Let's Talk It Out, Willa Powell, Let's Talk It Out podcast. I have with me my host, Kimber Bitten, my daughter. What's up, Kim?
How are
Kim?
you?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Good. How was your week?
Oh, it was rough. Thought I had a customer supervisor out, but
I cussed mine out this
no,
morning.
you didn't, girl.
I did.
Girl, no.
Isn't it terrible?
Girl,
We'll talk about that off camera.
no, you talk about it, honey. I told him that's why I don't do this back and forth stuff. So my temperature rises, and when my temperature rises, I get to sweat.
You get the
And when I
stuttering.
get to sweat, I get to stutter, and when I get to stutter, I ain't no telling what's gonna come out of my mouth. So it was a little rough. It was a little rough. We getting ready to migrate our system. Everything is getting ready to be switched over to Amazon stuff.
Oh, what that mean? How does that work?
Well, your guess is better than mine. Right now, we got the Amazon phones now.
Mm.
Where we talk, and I think that's just the purpose of where they can monitor our calls a lot more. And a lot of stuff is going AI.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what a lot of this stuff is doing, is migrating over to AI.
Gotcha.
And because a lot of our stuff is already offshore, which means it went off overseas,
Mm-hmm.
and we have less work that we do now.
Well,
So
hopefully they keep your job around.
absolutely. Well, you know what? If they don't, I know how to call Social Security. 1-800 Social Security. So it's up to them.
Get you a good rest.
Girl, it ain't gonna matter to me. 'Cause
Exactly.
look, I know I'm gonna still be taken care of.
Absolutely.
Either way,
Yeah, God provides.
God provides every day that you wake up. A lot of people think you going through something. Somebody out there going through something worse than you,
Absolutely.
and
They'll
somebody
trade places
worse than
with you too.
absolutely. That's why we try to tell my grandkids. Y'all sitting up here and I'm cooking, trying to be a good grandma. Y'all throwing my food away. Do you remember how many Ethiopian children would tear that food up? They would kill you over some of this food. Y'all throwing my food in the cup.
Mm-hmm.
You can be sitting here looking like Ethiopian children. I'm just saying. I don't have no food to throw. My refrigerator already empty. You can look right through it and look at the light. You can see where you plug it up at. That's how empty my refrigerator is,
It's
y'all.
scarce.
It's very scarce. And it's been a rough month. I've been eating oodles and noodles out the cup, y'all. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It builds your belly.
Absolutely. I go to sleep, I tell you that. The stomach ain't grounding.
Exactly. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. But it's just too hot to be cooking. Let's talk about this weather stuff. Now I know this Bible is really fulfilling itself because this weather is changing like no other. It's quickly, and it just seems like now every year we're having more storms, more rain.
It's hotter this summer too. I feel like.
And did you not know that Alaska had a heat wave out there in Alaska?
I heard something about a tsunami. Is that true? From Alaska?
Yes. And you don't even hear nothing about no heat wave in Alaska. It's cold. I'm about ready to move to Alaska. Now it's getting hot. I might well stay where I'm at.
Right.
This weather is changing, and the flies and the ants is the worst. I think I kill 20 ants a day.
Inside the house?
Outside and inside, little black ants, and I think they bite. And then I'm killing 20 ants and about 40 flies.
Yeah, they got flying ants. I saw that on TV.
Oh, they got flying ants?
So it might be a mixture of what you're killing.
Well, some of them flies must be looking like ants, or them ants looking like flies, but I know I'm killing them. I just killed two. So I'm sweeping up flies more and more now. I think I got more flies than trash. So that's terrible. This weather, this rain, this thunder. I was outside the other day and I was just looking up at the clouds, y'all. And the clouds were like they were getting lower. And I said, Lord, what in the world is going on? And then a big thunder hit. And I rolled my butt right back up in this house. I closed my door. And I told my dog, buddy, you better get in your cage. I don't know what's about to really fall down in this sky.
It's supposed to rain today.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to get some rain. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to talk about this sad little story. A lot of people um, trust a lot of companies with their children. And this little boy, bless his heart, 2-year-old toddler, passed away, going to have oral surgery to have cavities removed from his mouth. And they coming from Salisbury, that's where they live, and they coming to Greensboro to this dental clinic down there to have the procedure done. And the little boy died. The little boy died. And the sad thing about it, they had already put the little boy in the ambulance before the parents knew anything about what was going on with their child.
Mhm.
A 2 year old toddler had respiratory failure, lung failure. And
I think they're pressing charges. I think what I heard
pressing charges on what?
on the dental facility.
Well, I thought from my last understanding that they still investigating what you call it, DHS or something like that. Don't want to talk about it right now because of the investigation. But I think they're saying that the anesthesia probably was too much for the little boy to handle with his respiratory and stuff. But if my child is 2 years old, my toddler 2 years old and got cavities, he gonna have cavities until he's about 10. Because 2 years old, you trying to get cavities out of a little boy
But
mouth.
that
That's
messes
I
up
think
their
that's too young.
permanent teeth, though.
Right, but his
You
teeth
have
is
to go
still
ahead and get it
growing.
out.
Right, his baby teeth ain't even fell out, and y'all still worried about some
I
cavities.
think for mine, I think it was caps though, like the little silver caps. If I'm
Hmm.
not mistaken, I don't think it was actually cavities. I think it was caps, like the silver caps, to keep his teeth from rotting.
Either way, I think it was too young for a 2 year old because he's still losing his teeth. His baby teeth is still falling, and I wouldn't worry about no caps right now if the teeth are falling out of
But
his
my
mouth.
babies had caps.
At that age,
One of them did.
at that age,
Yeah, because it came from his sippy cup. And so his front teeth and I think like two in the back had caps.
mm-hmm.
So when he would bite down, it was like kind of messing up his baby teeth. And
Oh,
they said that would mess up his adult teeth. So they did go ahead and put caps. So sometimes little kids, I see a lot of little kids with them on.
did they put him to sleep?
But I think it was just negligent.
Did they
I
put
think
him? Did
yeah.
they put him to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did.
Yep.
Oh wow! But guess what?
Anesthesia. I was in there with my son though. But I would have never. You would have never had me in the waiting room with my 2-year-old.
Absolute, not by himself.
Right.
But guess what else I heard about it? They didn't even have a license.
The dental.
The dental place didn't even have license
Mm.
to even perform anything like that. So that's negligence right there.
Mm.
You know, they done messed up right there. That's lawsuit, honey. That's me owning half of Greensboro. That's me owning. I mean, that sounds like money, money, money.
If you don't have license, there you go.
That's right. You already don't mean that's strike 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Exactly.
6, 7, 8, 9. Because honey, somebody finna get paid. And I'm not saying about the money. It's not about the money. It's about this toddler's life, really. And that's really all that matters. And I know they are mourning his death, gone already too soon. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the grandmother had the son, had him. We didn't hear that much from the mother, but the father was talking on the news, and he was talking about how the ambulance had his child without him even being aware of anything happening to his son.
Mm.
And when got to the hospital, he was already done. So let's keep praying for that family, y'all.
Mm.
It could have happened to anybody. So let's pray, lift them up in prayer, the family.
No way you gonna put my child in the ambulance and me not know. That
Absolutely,
is crazy.
that's crazy, man.
I would have tore the whole damn facility up. That's crazy.
They tell who they're what them country they're fighting. What their country they're fighting. Honey, it'll be a whole new war over there in Greensboro. Let me tell you that.
Prayers for his mother.
Absolutely. Prayers. Yeah. And he liked dinosaurs too. So a lot of people was giving him dinosaurs and stuff on his death. So we just want to let you know that we are praying for your family. It is a tragic death that had happened to a 2 year old toddler. So we're praying for you. All right, let's get to our topic. What brings you purpose, joy that just keep you going on in life?
What about you?
My children, my grandchildren, keeps me going, keeps me on my foot.
What do you think your purpose is?
My purpose in life is to bring joy to everybody else. That's my purpose. Um, I think God still has me here because God gives everybody a purpose. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And my purpose, because a lot of people look at me and they say, "Oh, I really admire you," or you know, they never say I have sympathy for you, but you are my inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you move around and stuff. You don't let nothing get you down, and you always smiling and laughing and cracking jokes and stuff. And I just feel like with my disability, I don't feel like I'm disabled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm more than anybody else with two legs. You know, I get around better with some with two
I
legs.
think I admire the perseverance in you. I think you've always persevered through every obstacle, every trial that you've ever had. So I think that's what I admire about you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. I appreciate it. Girl, I'm a brother too. Wait a minute. I'm a brother too. Oh, Jesus, honey. Lord, Jesus, if I could twerk, I'd be twerking, y'all. But yeah, I just thank God that He's still able to give me my ability, my mobility. I've always said if I was to ever lose it, or if I didn't feel like I could do anything else for myself, I would get on depression mode. And then I came out of that and I said, well, God, I'm still here though. And I'm still able to get up out that bed and do for myself with nobody out to do nothing for me.
Right.
So that's my purpose in life is to give other people inspiration, to let them know no matter what it is, you can go through it, you can get through it. It's ask God for help. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what about you?
I think my purpose is probably just being a speaker. I work with elderly. I'm a social worker in a nursing facility. So I went to nursing school and I absolutely hated it. So I became a social worker. So I think I'm still doing my part as far as being a listening voice and being a listening ear for the elderly. Most of them they're not able to speak for themselves.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? So I think they need someone to always stand in the gap for them, whether they be young, old, whoever. So I think that's always my purpose is to stand in the gap and be someone that speaks for them and to know what's right. You know what I mean? And speak up for their resident rights and their patient rights. So I think I enjoy my job. You know what I mean? I'm thankful for the opportunity to do that. And I think God places you in places that you aren't qualified for. And I don't think He would have put me in a position to help people if I wasn't qualified to do that.
Because you believe that is your purpose.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I love it.
Yeah, because going through a lot of jobs and stuff, you really don't know what your purpose is. Because you go from this job, that job, that job. But when God have you planted on one platform, I really do believe that's your purpose.
Right.
Now I can tell you this: when I was younger, I always wanted to be a nurse because I always wanted to give back what they did for me when I was young. Being in the hospital, I said, well, I always want to be a nurse to help other people the way people help me, but I wasn't able to take on. But God gave me two beautiful daughters that's doing that. Because my other daughter, she's a CNA, and she deals with older people and stuff and help them and stuff like that, and she like it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just a good purpose. You just got to have a good. You got to know what you like and what you like to do.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It's hard. You have to have a gut for it. You have to have a heart for it. And a lot of some nurses, CNAs, and anybody in the nursing facility or in the healthcare administration, they don't have the heart for other people. They're in it for the money.
Right.
And I think when you have the heart for them, it kind of outweighs the money. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be there regardless of if I'm getting paid or not, because you place a special place in my heart.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm helping regardless of whatever I'm getting back. So,
right.
I think that's very rewarding and fulfilling.
Right. And what you do helps your grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of information that can help her along as well. And I had told my daughter, my other daughter, I said, you know why you were CNA, right? She didn't know why, Mom. I said, because when I get old, you're going to have to help me. You have to help me. That's why you're CNA. I said, God put you in places for other people. You know what I'm saying? She said, well, I never thought about that because I'm going to help my grandma. She can't do it. And Mama always helping. But you know what? Yeah, I remember. This is funny. I remember back in the days, I told my daughter's like, Mama, you just too mean. I said, I mean, we're going to put you in the basement, just give you some water and let you look at TV. I said, y'all going to put me in the basement for real. And, I still think about that thing now, y'all. But you know what? I ain't got no basement. So they can't put me in no basement.
We'll put in the room.
Well, as long as I got what I need in the room, I'm good. I ain't in no basement.
Cut that out.
And I laugh about that, but they're not going to do their mama like that. They're not going to do it with us. So what else you think brings you purpose in life?
Definitely my children.
Absolutely.
I think they give me every purpose. That's the reason I go to work every day. You know what I mean?
Well, you got to feed children.
Just to be able to provide for them and have what they need. I think that's a blessing.
Uh-huh. Now you got one that can eat, child. I tell you, I can't feed money. I need food stamps. I need credit cards. Your son can eat. Absolutely. And I think that's my other purpose too. My children. I love my children and my grandkids. 'Cause, a lot of people say you love your grandkids more than your children. But I mean, they keep me going. God knows them four and them other two keeps me going. But they my joy. They are my joy. My life to keep going on. Um, I love them to death. I got the one Levi. Woo! Everybody knows Levi, and that right there keeps you going. Absolutely. And I got one. I got my oldest grandson, Jalen. Um, he helps his grandmama out a lot. Anything I need, he comes and do it. He may not like it, but he comes and do it for me with no questions asked. And then I got that's my other grandson. That's my ride or die, Jordan. That's my ride or die now. He's going to school to be a what you call them people undertakers. What you call 'em?
Mortician.
Morticians. Yeah. So when he graduates, that's where he's going to school to be, and he's doing it now while he's in school. He works for a funeral home and stuff, and he enjoying it. He's been doing it for a while, man.
Yeah.
How long has he been doing it? 4 years? 4 years, I think. 3? That's what he said. He's 4 years. So yeah, he's been doing it for 4 years, and he enjoyed it, and that's what he's going to school. Now I say, now, babe, are you sure that's what you want to be? Yeah, but he's a good drummer. He's playing the keyboard. He's learning more. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of inspiration, and
it's a blessing.
he is a blessing. He really is. Sometimes you don't know why kids are born to certain people. Uh, Kids are born as a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't know, Lord, and you just don't know why they here. We don't know. God already got the purpose of why your child is here and why He give this child to you. Um, so there is a purpose right there. I just think that if you just keep going on in life, you're gonna really try to find your true purpose in life. They say God got a plan for you. We don't know what the plan is. Only God does, but we just got to keep going. God say, do your part and I take care of the rest. And that's what we have to remember. Do what you got to do, y'all. Take care of it and let God take care. Stop worrying about little stuff. It's gonna be okay. You got to remember, God bring you through it to bring you through it. You know what I'm saying? It may be hard. You don't know why you're going through this and why you're going through that. But there's a song that's called "It's Just a Testimony." It's just a test that God is sending you through. Now you can pass it with an F, or you can pass it with an A, but you got to keep going and see what God got for you. Because there's a blessing on the end of everything that you go through. There's a blessing.
Yeah.
You may not see it, you may not know it, but I promise you there is a blessing on every situation that you are going through. So just keep going through and let God bring you through it. He's gonna be now. He ain't gonna do it on your time. Your time ain't his time, and his time ain't our time. He's gonna do it on his time, and when he do it, it's gonna shock you. Been there, done it. Been through a lot of testimonies. Been through a lot of stuff. Prayed, don't cry, this and that. And God has brought me out. I'm gonna give you this one little testimony before we go, because we all talking about the purpose of life. I was living in a house, and this house kept flooding and flooding. I didn't know what to do. I was depressed. I was just going through a lot of stuff. Every time it was storming and raining, I'm looking out the window, Lord, couldn't hardly work. And thank God I had a supervisor that understood what I was going through, looking out the window, praying, Lord, and then your house is flooded, you just stressed out. But you don't want that to happen to nobody, because you hear it on TV now, how people's houses are flooded, water knee high. You know what I'm thinking? You think it would never happen to you, and then you get people say, I'm going to help you, and I'm going to help you. But people just say what they say just to try to stand out with other people. And I just went to church one day and I said, God, I'm tired. I'm not going to ask nobody for nothing else to do, nothing else for me. I said, you're going to bless me with another house. I said, God got a house for me. And that's what I told the people in church. I said, God got another house for me. Y'all, within that year, I was blessed. I told these people I was going to put up this house. I'm ready to sell. And didn't nobody believe me until they started seeing what I was doing. When I started putting that sign in the yard, they put that sign, they said, oh, she mean business now. But God had blessed me with another house, y'all, on higher ground because this other house was flat. It was on a slab. All the water was coming to my house. But God got me up on a higher ground where I don't have to worry about my house flooding with all this rain and stuff no more. I still have thoughts. I still run to the window sometimes, making sure there ain't no water coming through because I was so traumatized from what happened before, But it was in my mind, Lord, is this gonna happen again? But I'm getting better, y'all. I'm getting better. So they just let you know you just got to keep going through what you're going through, and God's gonna bring you out of it. You just got to let Him do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Have you ever been through anything that you thought God was gonna never come through?
No. I see it before I see it, so no. I ain't never been through nothing that I didn't. That I wasn't on.
Mm-hmm. So God, He never fails. You got to have faith, y'all. Faith, faith the size of a mustard seed. You got to have faith, and that's all that was talked about. So, I know y'all. She said she didn't want to talk about it, but she said, she said, okay, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. She get on my nerves. So, y'all, I want to thank y'all for tuning in today. Um, Find out what your purpose is in life. What is your purpose? What brings you joy in life? Ask yourself that question. What really keeps you going in life? So what keeps you happy? What keeps you just want to say, Lord, I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna fail. What is it? Pick it out and let's talk about that. Um, I want to thank y'all for joining in with us on this podcast. You can always reach out to me on Facebook. You can reach out to me on Instagram. You can reach out to me on YouTube. This will be on YouTube. What I would like for you to do is go in and subscribe. Subscribe for this page, and every time we do a podcast, it would pop up and let you know that podcast is there for you to watch. We will be doing this twice a month. So we hopefully have it on Facebook probably like the next day, if it's not already on there when we finish. If y'all want to talk about a subject, email me, bentonw64@gmail.com. And like I said on YouTube, leave me a message and let me know how you like this podcast. Also, you can just respond, y'all. That's what I like. Just respond and let me know you like this podcast, okay? Anything else that you want to say?
That's it. I hope you all have a great weekend.
Okay, have a great weekend, y'all. She's a person a little worried sometimes, but that's okay. But I do want to let y'all know, talk to God. He would love to hear from you. Tune in. Next time we're gonna have another great topic to talk about. And give me some suggestions on what you'd like for us to talk about. I would be glad to take anything just to hear what y'all want us to talk about. And we can all talk about it together. Okay? Thank you. Appreciate you. Love you. And remember, God loves you too. Bye.